Hi, my name is Wendy. I'm a 55-year-old woman, letting go of everything I once thought was important, traveling across the world to discover what really is important. And why does Bali call to me?
So there's so many things we can see in the astrological chart. And the fact that you have divested of everything, it was bound to happen. In order for you to fully step into your leadership, there was an absolute letting go of everything. So you're on the path to this full realization of your leadership. And it is going to happen here in Bali.
For the next 6 episodes, Taking the Weird Out of Woo is going to Bali. We're going to discover the people, the culture, the land that has offered millions an opportunity to rediscover themselves. A land rich in heritage, a people deeply connected to the earth and to tradition, a place alive with beauty, color, and spirit. In these episodes, I'll share my favorite places, experiences, and hidden gems that make Bali one of my favorite places on earth. But more than that, I want to show you how to turn travel into transformation, how to journey the world, not to escape your life, but to remember your soul. Because maybe the place you're being called to isn't just a destination, it's a doorway back to you. For most of us, we go on vacation to let go of the pressures of the world, the day-to-day grind, for us to finally feel like we can exhale and be free. But what if we use travel not just for a break, but for a breakthrough? 2025 was so hard for me. Maybe you can relate to one of those years you feel like everything just blows up. And I'm feeling so raw, and Bali keeps calling me over and over and over. And I'm ready to go and discover why. All right, this is it. It's final. I've sold just about everything I own. Everything that's left is going into this 10 by 20 storage unit. It's time to close it, lock it, walk away with only 2 bags, my friend and partner of 36 years, and of course, me. All right, there's one more thing I need to do. And I've discovered before traveling internationally, especially a country such as Bali, I need to be armed with things to support my health so I can be vibrant, healthy, energetic as I'm doing this. So I'm walking into Fusion Pharmacy and I'm getting set up from my friend Kobe Taylor. I call him my bearded drug lord. And he is going to set me up with things for my immune system, nervous system, digestive health, and even some things for allergies in case I need it.
So you got Fusion Immune Pack. This is a Kick the Sick.
It's like the best. That saved my freaking bacon.
This is for ADD, ADHD, taken every day. Turns your pee blue, but it's kind of fun.
I kind of like blue pea. It's like Smurf.
Helps you focus pea. And yeah, so it's good.
Yeah, and I'm
I like it. We're fit. And then this, calming, just grounding, centering, ruminating, just something off. Helps with sleep. Helps. Yeah.
I've arrived at the airport. And I'm getting my 2 bags, leaving with my best friend, and heading into the airport. So I'm following my heart. And anytime I follow my heart, what starts happening is this crazy, crazy nervous system gets a hold of it and tries to talk me out of it. And I know the signs. I know that my nervous system just wants me to stay alive. It certainly doesn't want me to have a life. And yet I'm going to go and I'm going to trust me. I'm going to continue to push through this fear, get on that flight, and go to Bali and discover what she has in store for me. Feeling incredibly emotional. In the St. George airport right now, getting ready to board my flight to LA. And I'm literally leaving everything I know behind. Nothing, like I've really burned my boats. There's no going back here. Like I don't have a car to come home to. I don't have a house to come home to. I've really committed to myself this new nomadic lifestyle, at least for a time frame. And I didn't expect to be so emotional. All right, the flight's right behind me, getting ready to go on the big one. From LAX to Singapore, 18 hours. I didn't even know an airplane could be up in the sky that long. So here I am. taking deep breaths, and I'm remembering the great advice that I got from Kobe Taylor before I left.
So I want you to take 2 of these before your 18-hour flight. This is going to help you calm. So it's rest of the mind, helps you produce more serotonin, more dopamine, calming, and overwhelm. So it's just it helps reset and keeps you energized for when you land in Bali. Wendy's chill pill.
All right, I find my seats. And these are paid seats, by the way. The very last row, middle seat, this seat doesn't even recline all the way, you guys. I do have an incredible guy to my left and a delightful Filipino woman to the right, but I am complaining up a freaking storm in my head. You should hear the bitching and moaning. And I'm recognizing, thank goodness, A, I took the GABA Calm, and B, I'm going to freaking Bali. What am I complaining about? I see it. I'm here. I'm finally here after months of planning and selling things and getting prepared. I finally see the end of the tunnel. I am so happy. My heart is soaring. I'm in Bali. I felt myself literally take an audible exhale. And then I'm smelling all the smells, seeing all the sights. Bali smells like incense, and the sights with the offering baskets and the people and the beautiful culture everywhere I look. And then I see him, Weedy, my Balinese brother, my Balinese driver. He's going to take me to my hotel in Ubud. Now, when you get into Bali, one of the things you're going to discover is that you really do need to have a driver, mostly where you're going, unless you are just very into an adrenaline rush. So you'll discover your own driver. I discovered Weedy about 3 years ago, and he is so much more than a driver. He shares with me excursions and history and why it's Balinese Hinduism and it's their own spirituality. He helps me to see Bali through his eyes. And he teaches me how to have balance and harmony in my life as we sit there and we discuss all sorts of topics as we go. It is so delightful to see him. And as we get into the traffic, and just allow yourself to see the beautiful flow. It's like this elegant dance where everybody kind of just moves together in this synchronistic fashion. You're gonna watch people. Nobody is road rage. People are allowing people to come and reverse and get into the flow of traffic. It's actually incredibly beautiful if you'll allow yourself to relax, take a deep breath, and be in it. I'm arriving at Honeymoon Suites, and this is one of my favorite places to stay in Ubud. I also choose Ubud as the city that I stay in because I feel like it's a great landing pad and one of the spiritual hubs of the island. In fact, this is usually where I host my retreats, is in Ubud. And I generally go to Honeymoon Suites first. This is the first place that I go and I step out into because Honeymoon is right in the heart. It's walking distance to so many great restaurants and shopping. But let me show you around as I share another reason why Bali is such an amazing destination. As you walk through the door, you're going to notice all the details. Architecture, the statues, the incredible doors and ceilings with carvings and gorgeous colors. It's like everywhere you turn, there is beauty, whether you're looking at nature or architecture. And you can actually stay here for around $40 to $60 per night, depending on your room, and that includes breakfast. And it's an amazing breakfast. So in my opinion, it's a steal. And being able to walk to places is also a huge bonus because driving in Bali can cost you so much time. Even when a place says it's in Ubud, you may be almost 30 minutes away by car. So much of your time can be spent in the car instead of being in the energy of Bali and experiencing Bali. So that is a really great bonus of staying in the Honeymoon Guest House. And while I'm sharing tips for a great Bali experience, there are definitely some things that you need to know, especially as an American traveling to this country. First, bring a universal adapter with the C prong. It's the 2 long prongs. Also, Bring a surge protector for your laptop so you don't fry your MacBook Air like I did last year. And we're going to be talking about toilets. That is definitely something you need to know about. So the paper goes in the waste bin and not in the toilet. And that spray thing on the side is called the Bali butt cannon. And you will get very well acquainted with it once you get the hang of it and don't spray everything but your bottom. Personal experience. And this is one of the biggest tips for this episode. Make sure you go when nature calls and you have access to a nice toilet at your hotel or restaurant. Because if you are out exploring, this may be the experience you have. And it may be not what you're hoping for. If the attendant says the toilet's around the corner, beware and proceed with caution. Take a deep breath. You're going to be okay. Okay, and now back to our regular program. Thank you. I want to know why Bali is calling me so strongly and why it does that for millions of people who are going into this inner discovery here in Bali. Now, I really feel like I'm in this phase called meno-pause, where 40 to 6-year-old women are kind of at that crossroads. Do I do things the same as I've always done, or is it time for me to look at a new way of doing things? Have I been aligned with what I want to do, or is it time for me to reflect on me? And I am making the decision that this way of life was beautiful and bountiful and overflowing, and yet I lost myself at some point. In my serving and taking care of others, there was a piece of me that I forgot. And so I have really avoided astrology and astrocartography. It's just like this foreign language that doesn't make any sense to me. But I keep hearing in my inner voice that if I learn more about this, that perhaps Bali is going to have more potency in the experience and the time that I'm here, so that I can pause and I can make really powerful choices moving forward, so that I don't repeat the same mistakes that I did the first half of my life. I'll keep what's beautiful and depart from what's not. So I'm going to go and speak to my friend Christina Jenkins, who's a 5th generation astrologist. I trust her implicitly, and I think she can make sense of this to me, finally. In the field of astrology, that can answer that question, why does Bali call to me?
So there's so many things we can see in the astrological chart. And the fact that you have divested of everything, it was bound to happen. In order for you to fully step into your leadership, there was an absolute letting go of everything. So you're on the path to this full realization of your leadership. And it is going to happen here in Bali. When I saw this in your chart, because we've talked, and when I cast this chart with this specific question in mind about Bali, it was all I could do to just not call you on the phone, because you have so much Bali energy in your chart. Actually, Bali. And here's what I look at. I look at asteroids and I look at astrocartography, which is the astrology of the map. And Bali is a very important place for you as far as what it offers you in a structure from which to rebuild you. From any point, we're constantly rebuilding in life. And in this place where you have let everything go and you are an unencumbered vessel, Bali provides a container for you to truly become the leader that you are destined to be. And when I say destiny, this isn't fate. This is the map that you decided for yourself before you came to this life. And from this chart, you have more choices available to you because it takes all the infiniteness and puts it into a container. And that's one of the things that Bali does. You're going to get clarity. You're going to get even more focused in on what you, Wendy, are absolutely here to do. And the land is here to show you a mirror of how to receive, to truly receive.
So apparently Bali has called me home. Or perhaps maybe Bali is just inviting me to come back home to myself. Maybe I was in this thick of gray and dullness in the life, and Bali's going to teach me how to see fluorescence, how to see the color in life again. And what do I love about Bali? Oh my goodness. Let's start with the first thing. I love the way Bali smells. I know that may sound weird, but it's like at holidays when we smell pine cones and cinnamon, and it makes us feel so good. Bali smells like incense. And the incense is everywhere because they're inside these incredible baskets called shanong saris that are offering baskets. And we'll go into detail about these in a future episode. But can you imagine 3 to 5 million people connecting to all the things they're grateful for? They're grateful for their family, their friends, their community, the machines, the animals, the plants, and I can feel it. I also love the food. Oh my goodness. I can't tell you how much love is put and infused in the food. And they make food like artwork. It's amazing. I love the greenery. I love the rice fields and walking on these magical footpaths where no cars and scooters can go. I love the humidity in the air. My skin coming from a desert climate is like, oh, thank you. Thank you for the humidity. I love the tropical weather and the rain. I enjoy all of the sights and playing with the animals, being able to be with the elephants, not just look at the elephants, being able to touch the monkeys, not just look at the monkeys. In Bali, you get to use every single sense in order to connect with the land. But you want to know the thing that I love the most? It's the people. I oftentimes just joke that the people spread fairy dust everywhere they go. Because if they know me, I feel like they're grateful for me just as much as I'm grateful for them. And how many places in the world do you actually feel like you matter and you are valued? That's what the Balinese do. And I can't wait to share their customs, their ceremonies, their lifestyle, and their way of being in harmony with all things with you in the next few episodes. So I'm finally opening my mind up to astrology and astrocartography. I've had the most incredible couple of weeks here in Bali. Christina promised me that she would go into a more expansive lesson. And as I'm discussing this with Christina, she's going to have some real general, beautiful information about astrology and astrocartography that is going to be general to all of us. And when she gets to more specific information, what I am hopeful is that you will see that there's specific information in astrology for you too. So as you learn this, you may be able to learn more about how to have this quote unquote cosmic wind at your back instead of the cosmic headwind. And I think all of us could use a little support driving us in the right direction. So it's time to go and have that lesson now.
And then we're here in Bali where it's water. Water is the element here.
And my astrology chart has a little bit of water.
Just a little bit of water. And so this really is, what were you going to say?
Cancer.
Mm-hmm. Lots of
Pisces.
Cancer. Mm-hmm.
A lot of Cancer energy.
A lot of Cancer energy, Pisces moon. And then you have a Virgo rising, which is an earth sign, but think of it as an earth sign like the leaves blowing in the wind.
So it's not roots.
No, it's not the firm, steady earth. But that's what Bali gives you.
I literally feel like I can put my feet in the earth and feel connected to Mother Gaia.
Yes, you absolutely can here. You absolutely can, because you do have so much flowy energy.
You've watched this, haven't you?
I have watched it, but when we think about this, steam is cool. Steam does cool things, but really only if it's in a container. Mm-hmm. Meaning steam just going out into the air, it humidifies the air. Like, there's benefits to it, but steam in a container will cook rice. Steam in a container can motorize an engine. Mm-hmm. Like, So taking the container.
She's going to teach me how to get a container. That's
Bali is part of the container.
I'm in a rice cooker down here. That's awesome.
It is, because then you can really bring into fruition all of your beautiful gifts, all of beautiful things.
So help me understand the overarching theme with astrology. Like, help me understand how to make sense of it. You mentioned perhaps you would give me some analogies of a screenplay and various things. I would like to understand, and I am certain there are individuals out there that are like, the 10th house, the 12th house, Venus and Gemini, you know, or whatever.
All the language.
Right.
It's a language.
It is a language.
It's a language. And so that's what an astrologer does, is translates that language so you don't have to know. But what I would love to teach you is, if you go to a foreign country, it's nice to know how to say thank you and hello in the language of the country. So that's what I'm going to teach you, are just some of these basics that are going to take it to a place where it feels more fun to talk about astrology. So if you look at an astrology chart, it's a circle. And that circle is the theater of your life. And then within that circle, you have symbols that are the sun and the moon and Venus and Mercury and all the planets. They all have different symbols. That is a language that you might just have to learn, because it's usually shown in symbols, but there's usually a key on it. Just like any good map, there's a key to the symbols. Those planets, and the sun and moon are considered planets in astrology, are the actors in the play.
Okay.
Everybody has the same actors. Everybody who lives on this earth has the same actors in the theater of their life. But the roles that they're playing, this is where it starts to get fun and totally individualized. So the zodiac signs, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, those are the roles that these actors are playing. Okay. So your sun, the actor of the sun, is playing the role of Cancer in the theater of your life. Okay. Your moon is playing the role of Pisces in your life.
Okay. And so I just need to get more intimate with the roles. What is the role of the Cancer? What does that express, right?
And so that is where you can really start to do some research once you start to understand that. Now, there are very traditional stereotypes and expressions of these. And one of the things I really want to drive home is the opportunity for options and potentialities that we have now in our world have never been greater. And so where you used to be able to read a horoscope, because almost everybody who was in a certain geographic area, who had a planet in a specific place, the outcome was a little bit more predictable because we just didn't have as many choices. Now it's a lot more. So how I like to talk about the astrology is, where are the pressures and the flows within the astrology, so that you see the choices, some of the expressions of that. So your sun in Cancer is watery, emotional, intuitive.
Wow, fancy that, emotional.
I mean,
I've always been told my whole life I was too sensitive.
Yeah.
But it's really my superpower.
Absolutely. And that's what the sun is. The sun is your superpowers. It's the things that you just have, but sometimes it's so close to us, we don't see it, or other people are uncomfortable in some way with our naturalness.
Yeah.
And then that feels like, oh, you're just too sensitive.
Yeah.
I'm trying to emotionally manage you, so just be less sensitive, okay? Yeah, so we have that. Now, one of the things that's the most confusing for people are the houses, the astrological houses.
Yes, the houses. I'm just like, that. You now have expanded me too far.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna make it really, really easy. Okay. Think of it as 12 buckets. And inside of these buckets, everything in the world can be put into, even new things. Like when astrology was invented, there was no such thing as the internet. But hey, we could put the internet in. We find the place that they correspond to based on the energy. Now, that is when we get super individualized, is because now we have the actor playing the role, I think of the houses as the stage directions, or in what area of your life is the action playing out.
Okay.
So the challenge really is, and this is why you want to talk to a trained astrologer, and if you know this information, you can even talk to your AI tools.
Okay.
But what I see a lot of people do is say, hey, I have a sun in Cancer, because people know that, and ask questions, and you're going to get very general answers, and oftentimes very traditional answers based on very old school styles of astrology. So when you know the house that it's in, then you can get more individual attention.
Okay.
So your Cancer sun is in your 10th house.
Okay.
And the 10th house is about purpose. The 10th house is your house of career. It's your house of where you're headed to in this life. It's a destiny point. And so it sits at the top. So when I'm pointing, it would be like at noon, at 12 on the clock.
Oh.
It's at the very top.
So 12 is not at the top, 10 is at the top.
Correct. 12 is at 9 o'clock. So that's why I don't use the word clock face, although that makes sense visually. It does not make sense numerologically.
But 10th is at the top.
10th is at the very, very top of the chart.
Okay.
And that's the most visible point of the whole chart. That's the sunny part of the chart, okay? Below the chart is the moon part. It's the darker part. It's the internal part. So you with your sun in Cancer in the 10th house, you're here to live public. Thank you for having a show. You're here to wear those emotions on your sleeve, to give permission to the collective. This is actually part of your purpose. To give people permission to live in their intuition, to live in the flow, and to live in that sensitive, beautiful, protective energy.
Honestly, this really touches me because this morning I'm having my morning meditation. And anybody with a YouTube show can probably relate that it's the long game. And there's that moment that you're like, why am I doing this? Nobody cares. Nobody's really witnessing it. Nobody's really following. Is that true? No, that's not true. You know, that is not true. But it feels like a lot of effort for what? And you're saying that that is actually my heart, my desire, this show, especially the way it's evolving, sharing my love for Bali, sharing incredible modalities that are beyond the mainstream. And astrology, I think, is so interesting that it's beyond the mainstream because it's been around for a really long time. And science and Western medical, research has only been around for a few hundred years.
Can I tell a fun story?
Yes.
People will really enjoy this. So astrology used to be astronomy, astrology, like anything out there that you were studying in the sky was all under astrology, all of it. So when we talk about some of the early astrologers, they were studying astronomy, the physical part, and astrology, the energetic, spiritual part. Well, the church in, 13th, 14th, 15th century, they did not like that. They did not like that people outside of the church were talking about the unseen in astrology. So they said, okay, science, you take the physical matter, the movement, the physical makeup, that's astronomy. And astrology is just plain bad because we have that, nobody else gets to have that. That's when it got separated.
Interesting. And now there are some individuals that were like, well, that's not scientifically based, so it may not be true. And yet, the more I learn about it and the more I tap into my own awareness, the more I understand. And I really do believe that this conversation can set a beautiful foundation for me to have the most potent experience while I am living this nomadic lifestyle that I've never experienced before.
in that developing close friendships and relationships. And when we talk about this harmony, when we talk about this balance, that's one of the beautiful things about being here. These aren't people who are trying to remember. These are people who have never forgotten. And where we live, we're trying to remember. And so to be exposed to the frequency here of people that have never forgotten harmony and balance.
And now that I know that Bali has always been a My Cosmic Play, we're going to go and really, really discover everything that Bali has to offer. In future episodes, we're going to dive deep into the culture and into the ceremony and balance and harmony that Bali offers, speaking to the people, learning from them and their example, so that we in the Western world can perhaps maybe get more balance and harmony, for sure me. Going into why the international community of healers are so drawn to Bali and what can we learn from them, and going into the Lemurian stone chamber and ancient things that are here in Bali, and perhaps even silence. Learning what silence and being with nature can do for us. All of these are going to unfold in future episodes. So make sure that you subscribe, like, comment. If you've been to Bali, I want to know about it. If you've had a discovery on your own in another part of the world, I would love to know about it. And make sure that you get notifications. By the way, thank you so much, Christina Jenkins, for your wisdom, your knowledge, your grace. And if you want your own personal reading so that you have specific information on your chart, her information is down below in the notes. Thank you also, Kobe, for helping me with GABA Calm so that I could travel the world with more peace and all of the things that's going to help me have vitality and energy. Until next time, thank you.